everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Migrant Hope. And it is your host, as always, Charlene Assam. On today's video, I'm going to be doing something very different. So recently, I've been on a very important and interesting financial journey to kind of better myself financially, to increase my wealth portfolio, and to just, do better for myself in terms of my finances. So I decided, what better way would it be if I don't share my journey with you guys? And everything which I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks or going forward are things that I've actually implemented in my life, and they have been able to make huge changes in my financial decisions and just in working. So what I'm going to do every other Wednesday is I'm going to be publicizing something about like finance, money, debt related, whatever it is. And on today's video, for the first episode, it happens to be how to improve your credit score. So my credit score it was good, but it wasn't that great. It could have been better. And honestly, the things I'm going to share with you guys today is how I improved my credit score in the space of one pay cycle, which was exactly 1 month. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. So the first thing is in understanding what a credit score is, right? So your credit score is basically how the government or how credit rating agencies deem you worthy in terms of finances. Are you going to be able to make your payments on time? Are you like a responsible person? Because if I lend you money, my hope is that you're going to be able to give it back to me on time. So that's basically what it is. And the credit system is used for everything in the US, right? Like regardless of what you want to buy, a house, car, it doesn't matter. They use the credit score to be able to determine whether you're eligible to purchase something or not. And this is a numerical scale, and I believe the highest credit score you can get is 850. So I've been, like I said, I've been on this journey where I'm trying to improve myself financially. And the one thing that I needed to do was get my credit score up there. So how did I do it? The first thing is I would encourage you to make large payments. So I had about maybe $2,000. Granted, that's not a lot to have like credit card debt, but it was pretty much to me. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to take out money and just make that payment, a huge large payment. The one thing that I really want to say is there is no stock in the stock market that's going to give you as high of an interest rate in terms of your return as your credit score, credit everything. Credit card. So credit card companies, they charge huge balances in terms of interest, because that's how they make their money. And that was one huge thing for me, was I was not able to I needed to be able to take out all the money I had in the stock market and just pay it off. And once I did that, my credit score honestly jumped. The next thing I would say is you have to make timely payments. And the way your credit score is given, it's not just based off of whether you make your credit card payments. Even regular bills, if you have utility bills, you have electricity, regardless of what it is, it's very important that you make timely payments, because all of that really, really has an effect on you. The third and important thing is you always want to make sure that you clear off all your old debt that you have. Sometimes you may not realize a lot of us have a lot of debt which has gone to collection agencies, but all of that is still kept on your credit report. And your credit report basically shows your credit history for as long as you've been able to have your credit history in the US. And typically your credit report, you can get it from their three main companies that you can get it from. So it's Equifax, TransUnion, and I don't remember the last one, but I'm going to leave in the description box below. But they offer free credit reports once a year for each individual, so you can be able to get that information and see whether you have any old debt. I was trying to apply for an apartment in New York, of course, because they have to run your credit score. And when I was in college, I think it was like $70 of medical expenses, which I just, in college, I just did not even bother to pay. And eventually, when I tried to apply for this apartment, which I'm in now, they ran a credit score and they said, oh, you have $70 as of this day. Why didn't you make that payment? Granted, I make way more than that now and I can afford it, but it was just one of those things. But it came to bite me back in the future. So I actually had to call the collections agency and then make that payment before they were able to let me live in this building. Now that's number 3. And the last and final tip is make sure you always have a balance on your credit card. So in saying this, right, I don't want you to say just have $2,000. It's always be realistic about how much you have sitting in your credit card at the time, because it makes sense that you're able to always purchase things that you know you have a way to be able to pay off that money back. And credit card companies, credit rating agencies who actually give you your credit score, they need to see that you're actually using your card and you're actually making purchases. Now, it doesn't have to be anything expensive. You can, when I was in college, I used my credit card to be able to pay Netflix bills. It was $12 every month, and that was the one thing that I paid, and eventually it made my credit score look good. So regardless of what it is, it's always important to have some sort of balance on this. These are honestly just 4 things that, truthfully guys, I did this like a month ago, and I cannot even tell you the amount of improvement my credit score has been. Like, it's literally jumped in the space of a month, or that was in the space of a month. So hopefully this helps you, and be sure to share this video. You can implement it in your life, and if you're somebody who you have other tips that have been able to help you improve your credit score and just, you know, make better financial decisions, make sure you leave the comments in the description box. There are many people who read it. I read all the comments, and I'll be very, very sure to reply and make sure that we share all this information, because, you know, there's enough space in the sky and wealth is for everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Migrant Hope channel. Thank you.